As we have talked about in the last video, Pioneer Life is our organization management software, which is operated by a company called Campus Labs. Clubs and organizations can use Pioneer Life in many ways, and I will briefly discuss a few here. Here are a few of the most common Pioneer Life functions any active club or organization may be most likely to use. Rosters. The Office of Campus Activities, Service and Leadership, and Student Government Association require that all student organizations house their official rosters on Pioneer Life. Within your roster, you can assign positions to any club officers. Certain position types are only accessible through an admin of the system. These positions would include primary contact and approved financial officer. The roster needs to be updated each semester and whenever there are officer changes within the organization. Archive functions. A number of different documents and media can be housed on Pioneer Life, such as photos from events, the club's official constitution, and meeting minutes. Pioneer Life is a great place to store these documents so that all club members have access to them when needed. Funding and event requests. All funding and event requests need to be submitted on Pioneer Life within the timelines set forth. All events, regardless of funding, will need an event form submitted. Events that require funding will need both event and finance forms. This will be discussed in much more depth and detail later in the training. When planning an event on campus through your organization, you need to consider a number of factors. We will look at each one step by step. First, you need to consider the logistics for your event. Who is this event for? What is your audience? Who in your organization will be involved? What day, time, and location are you looking to host your event? Is the space still available? How many people will be attending the event? Next step is to consider the program and how your event will run. What setup do you need for your room? Do you need microphones or other AV? Will you be selling tickets? Will you be working with any other clubs, organizations, or offices? Next, you need to consider your budget for this event. Think about everything you will need to purchase or pay for in order to make your event successful. Your budget will guide you as to how far in advance from your event you will need to get your event approved. The details of the financial timelines will be discussed in detail later in this training. You will also need to think about what services, supplies, and/or vendors you will need for your event. Will you be having food at your event? Have you gotten a quote or submitted a funding request with catering on the Catertrax website? Are you having a DJ, photographer, or some other type of performer coming? You will need to make sure that you get a quote from any vendor you are looking to use. You will also be asked to get 3 quotes for services that are easily replicated. For example, busing, t-shirt promo item vendors, and certain types of entertainment vendors. Make sure you know who to reach out to if you have any questions or concerns leading up to your event and for the day of. Being prepared and knowing all of the important information prior to your event will help you make it run smoothly and successfully.